Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we are the in between the Christmas and the New Year's, and there's some really fun things that are really great to start in the new year. Um, and if you resist starting anything in the new year, that's fine too. You can start it in June. You can start it in February. You can start it whenever you want to. This goes along with the other video about the jar, which I don't have in front of me, and writing down the things, the gifts of what happens in your life. And this one features a notebook. I found these really fun, glittery ones at CVS, and they have really nice paper. So, in this practice, this is a daily practice, and it's ideally at the end of the day, or you can do it noon or uh, whenever you choose, obviously. And the point of this, the way we do this exercise is it's two lists of five things. So the first list is five things you did right today. Five things you did right today. Now, there are different times in our lives when circumstances are different, and what's up for us is different. So, if you think about this list of five things you did right today, is like celebrating your victories. Celebrate your little victories every day. Um, you could be in a period of your life where a real victory that you can celebrate today is that you got out of bed. There can be lots of reasons why that's a victory. And if you're doing this from no judgment, it makes it very easy. So sometimes it's you got out of bed. Sometimes it's you put clothes on and left the house. uh, it could be one of the things that you want to celebrate that you did right today is that you spoke up for yourself or yelled at somebody. If those are things that you don't normally do and that's progress for you, then put it on your list of five things you did right. If you are the kind of person who is always speaking up and always yelling, then it might be that the thing that you put on your list is that you you didn't speak up, that you were quiet, you just kind of held your peace. The a kind of guiding rule about what you're it's not a rule, but is doing it different. So when we're on the quest to change our lives and improve things, we have to do things differently. It's just how we get to a different life. And so if you have that kind of in your head, that little distillation of doing it differently, and then you can have a context for the decisions that you're making. We make something like 50,000 choices and decisions a day. Most of those are unconscious. These two lists that we're going to be working on, are actually really great for building the muscle of awareness and noticing what we're doing and becoming more conscious of our choices and how our choices create our lives. So if you're always unconscious, then you don't know that you have anything to do with how your life is created. But once you start to become more consciously aware of the choices that you're making, what are you thinking? Is that the thing that you want to be thinking? What are you doing? Is that the thing that you want to be doing? Was what you're doing right now? Is what you're thinking right now? Is what you're saying right now contributing to the kind of life that you want to live in, or is it contributing to the kind of life you want to get away from? so, uh, so the list of five things you did right today are something that is different for you, that is more generative towards the kind of life you want to live. So, five things you did right could be that you spoke up or that you kept quiet. It could be that something that you did, it could be something you didn't do, that you refrained from doing that you usually do. It can be anything. But 5 things you did right today that contribute to the kind of life that you want to live, the kind of life that you're comfortable in, the kind of skin that you're comfortable in, the kind of you that you're comfortable with. 5 things you did right. And the other list is 5 things you appreciated today or appreciate about today. So, appreciation to me is, I mean, if you just tune into the energy of the word, appreciation is a full body experience. There's sensations to it. You're not only thinking about something, but you're really sensing it. You're really feeling it. Your body is involved. And my example for this is, the sun sets every day, and a lot of times we see the sunset, but we don't really see it. I mean, right? And on the day that you do see the sunset, you probably really feel there's it's a kinesthetic kind of a thing. I'm a kinesthetic visual person, so I talk in that language. It might be different for you. Um, I mean, some people smell color, for instance. Let it be for you, whatever it is for you. But when you're appreciating something, you're really engaged. You're really, it's like your arms are around it. You're really having a physical experience of whatever it is. So a lot of times in our culture and the way work is framed, people go through their lives without having any kind of a physical experience. It's like we're trained to be, like from here up, but have nothing to do with the body. And the body is a big part of your spiritual uh, arsenal. It has a tremendous amount of information. I'll do another call on a body thing, but on this, the list of 5 things you did that you appreciate today, you're going to have a physical component to that somehow. So uh, let's say you drink coffee every day, but there's that moment when you're drinking the coffee and it's just really, really good, right? So you can appreciate the cup of coffee, or you can appreciate that you went to the food truck in the afternoon and the sun was out and you could really feel the wind on your face and it really made you feel good. So it's 5 things that you appreciate about today. Uh, it could even be something that you did. You appreciate that you spoke up, but you want to have the 5 things that you did right today, and the 5 things that you appreciate today be different, so that you're really starting to bloom and see. You're developing the muscle of seeing, perceiving all of the goodness and the richness that is all around you all the time. Society really reduces everything to competition, conflict, divisiveness, and what you aren't and what the world isn't and what isn't. A lot of negative that is imbalanced. It's just not true. It's repeated. It's weighted, but it's not balanced, and it's not the whole story. And um, so this is a way to start to bloom out your whole perspective, your point of view, your experience, and to start to really see the richness that is all around you. Because no matter what is happening, there, life is abundant, life is full and rich and beautiful, and the air on your skin, taking a few nice deep breaths. I mean, just taking a few nice deep breaths is just a huge gift to every cell and atom of your body and being, literally. Because if you're living from here up, then you're shallow breathing, your shoulders are probably hunched, you probably have neck and shoulder aches a lot, your tummy's probably upset, all of which gets better when you breathe. So you can appreciate your breathing. You can appreciate your body. You can appreciate your body for breathing automatically, right? So there's lots of different ways that you can uh, develop your eye. You know, as an artist, we train at developing our eye. You know, like a photographer or a painter. What do you see so that you can develop being able to discern and see more of a picture? When you're not a photographer and you're not an artist, you may just kind of see a flat image. But if as you develop your eye, you get to see more detail and more nuance, and there's much more to engage with. This practice of 5 things you did right today and 5 things you appreciate really start to develop your awareness and your capacity to perceive and receive the great goodness that is all around you. So those are the 2 lists to start in your sparkly or unsparkly notebook. I recommend it's a notebook that you don't mind filling up and trashing. These are very cheap, so I don't mind. So if it's a really fancy notebook, like you tend to not use it much. You want to write really, fancy things in it. So have a nice workbook, kind of a book, and start this process of 5 things you did right today and 5 things you appreciate about today. And if you forget for a day or a week or a month, just start over. Just you can't end this. You just keep doing it. And if you drop off, then just pick back up. If you don't make yourself wrong for it, it's very easy to just pick it back up again. All right. So Happy New Year. And this is a great way to start either January 1st or April 15th. It doesn't really matter. Just see what it's like when you show up for your life in a new way. It's a great adventure. All right, so I will see you next time.